Hey guys, long time, I know, but I'm here and I'm back and I'm better than ever. So to start off, to show you how I did this whole bronzy makeup with a smoked out liner, I'm using my Josie Marian, something like that. If I butcher the name, I'm sorry, but her 100% argan oil. And I'm just gonna dot it all over the face, just a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is lightly rub into my skin and then pat it into my skin into my skin, so it's easier for my skin to absorb the moisture, and then we can have a nice moisturized face to start everything off with. And I know you guys can't tell from the camera quality, but what my chin is doing, it's going through torture. It's breaking out. I have a lot of bad cystic acne, and it's all supposedly hormonal, because that's what I've seen on like acne face charts on Instagram. If you guys know any like home remedies for cystic acne, please let me know. But okay, so now I'm using my MAC Lightful Vibrancy eye cream, and that's for more hydration under my eyes, since it's getting a little bit more dry because of the fact that we're transitioning into fall and the change of weather. And then also this cream does have lightening agents, so it's perfect for a little bit of help with dark spots around the eyes. And I actually put that around my mouth just because I have little pigmentations around my mouth also. I didn't show what I primed my face with, but what I primed it with was with the Benefit Professional Primer. That stuff is really good. I use it on days where I don't even wear makeup, just to help reduce the appearance of my pores throughout the day, and you know, oils and stuff. So regardless if I wear makeup or not, that's still like my holy grail that I need to function in life. So I highly recommend that product. Onwards, my friends, to foundation. So I'm using my MAC Matchmaster Compact Sponge Foundation in the color 3.0, and this is a medium to buildable coverage, and it leaves you with a satin finish, so you're not too matte and you're not dewy. It's just a perfect balance of in between. So I just dot that all over my face, so everything's just nice and evened out. Nah I mean, jelly bean. And then I reach for my Real Techniques buffing brush, and this is my favorite brush to apply my foundation with. And then I'm just going to go ahead and dot some argan oil onto my brush. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to butcher it a second time. So what I like to do is I just like to dab it on my hand to distribute the oil throughout the brush, and then I just go ahead and buff it in. And there's no real trick to how I do it. I just apply it all the way up in there. Nah, I mean. And then reaching into my Anastasia Cream Contour Kit in the shade Medium, I'm just going to color correct. So I'm going to use the peach shade and just correct where I have any darkness or any purple and green under my skin. So I do that under my eyes and around my mouth a little bit. And then I grab the yellow shade in that palette and I just pinpoint it to where I have really red acne scars on my nose and my chin. I think that's about it for color correcting. But yeah, orange for darkness, yellow for redness. And no worries, my friends, no worries. Don't fret. Everything I use and my brushes that I'm using will be listed down below. And now to concealing. I'm using my Nars Radient Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard because this stuff is the bomb, like the bomb.com, y'all. So I'm just gonna place that where I just color corrected a little bit on my forehead, my cupid's bow, to make it seem like I got full lips, even though them things are disappearing, and you know, sides of my mouth and my chin. And since I actually don't have my Laura Mercier powder, I'm just gonna highlight underneath, since I'm not gonna be able to bake or whatever. So I had to improvise. Well, there's a trick for you, improvision. And then with the same foundation brush, I'm just gonna blend everything in. Under my eyes, I like to pat the product there so it's concentrated right there under your eyes versus it being smeared everywhere. So pat, don't smear. So now we're going into contouring and back into my Anastasia palette, and I'm just gonna grab my contouring shade, and I'm just gonna shape out my cheekbones because I have gained a little weight, so now they're just hiding somewhere under my chubby cheeks. And I'm gonna contour my forehead, slim down my nose, under my lip because I want them Kylie Jenner lips, and just make my jaw a little bit more prominent. So we're gonna contour under our jaw, since I did say I was gaining a little bit of weight. Your girl getting chubby. And I actually contoured the inner parts of my eye, just so it kind of just flows with my nose contour. Nah, I mean. Then with a buffing brush, I'm just gonna add a little bit more drops of argan oil just so everything just blends a little bit easier. And I'm just gonna blend that bad boy out. And now with just a triangle sponge, I grabbed whatever left was of my Laura Mercier powder and baked the middle part of my nose. So you know, that bad boy does not get oily and it's gonna look slim AF. And then I'm just setting my face with my MAC Studio Fix powder, which is a powder foundation. So it's going to give me more coverage than what I already have. And that's never a bad thing, girl. So after I like to set my face, I go into bronzing. So with my bronzing, I'm using another Studio Fix powder since I like full coverage. And that is going to be in the color NW45. Since it is more of a warm tone, it's going to give me a sun-kissed look. And I did my eyebrows off camera since my camera died and I had to recharge it while I was doing my eyebrows, so whatever. So now we're moving on to the eyes, and what I'm priming my eyes with is Benefit Professional. I'm actually using a primer for my eyeballs. And then I'm just gonna set it with my Studio Fix powder that I used all over my face. Do you guys see how long I left that nose bake for? I completely forgot I baked my nose and I just left it there. How sad. Oh my goodness. Alright, and then I go to my Nubian palette by Juvia's, and I use the more orangey transition shade, and I just go ahead and grab a blending brush and I just back and forth motion into my crease. And then with the darkest shade in that palette, what I'm going to do is grab my MAC 217 brush and I'm going to pack that into my outer corners just so it's an easier blend for when we do our eyeliner and we want to smoke it out. Don't forget to blend them outer corner edges either, girl. You know, we wanna accomplish this seamless look. So you can always go back into that transition color and just blend it out a little bit more to your desired look and intensity. So with the pink champagne color that's on the top right of the palette, what we're going to do is pack it on inner parts of our eyes. Like, look at that, you guys. Like, and I only used a little bit. Like, that stuff is really bomb. The formula is amazing. So I give this a 10 out of 10. Awesome. You should buy it. So then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to line our eyes. And I'm using the Wet n Wild H2O waterproof eyeliner. And I'm just going to wing out, do a regular wing liner, but just on the outer third of my eyes. So now with the smudge brush, what I'm going to do is grab the darkest shade from that eyeshadow palette and pack it onto my eyeliner. And what I'm going to do is smudge upwards, but super lightly, because you don't want the dark colors getting messy and getting everywhere. So we have to be very careful with that. And what ended up happening was the dark shade wasn't as dark as I wanted it to be. So I just went in with a black eyeshadow and did the same thing. Just packed it on and smudged upwards. And then with a smaller blending brush, I just added a little bit of the black, just a little bit, in order for it to blend a little bit more. So I add the black a little bit right over top of my eyeliner. And then I just blended it. I blended it super carefully. So then here, what ended up happening was I felt like the eyeshadow brush would have gave me more precision and blending and packing. So I ended up using the tip of the eyeshadow brush that I used to put the pink champagne color onto my lid. And then all you're really doing is just blending and intensifying the black as you please and how dark you want it. You just go back and forth with packing on the black and just blending out the edges and putting more transition color in there. Then that's all really you're doing for that part. And since I did start with doing my face first, then my eyes, I like to get powder on my concealer brush, a flat-ended concealer brush, and sharpen up my edges versus having to do my eyes first and then my face. In all honesty, I like to do my face first and then my eyes, just so I can see the full effect and the full product just coming together. I feel awkward in a way. I just can't do it. I can't do it. This is a better alternative for you rather than using tape. You see? Oh, sharp ass line. Yes. And then we're just gonna pack the pink champagne color back on top of our lid just to intensify it just a little bit more. And then we're moving on to mascara. And you know, we're gonna go into my holy grail, telescopic mascara. And there's no special way I apply my mascara. We're just going to apply mascara. Okay, and so now for the lower lash line, I'm just going to be using the exact same colors that I used on the crease. So it'll be the orange transition color and then the darkest color in the palette. Smudge it on the lower lash line. Don't you hate it when you get product in your eye and then this face happens? Like, seriously, it's the worst, you guys. And then with just a fluffier smudge brush, I just did the same thing over again, just so it's more of a blown out effect. And then with the Bahama Mama, I'm just going to contour my face, you know, cheekbones, forehead, under the chin, so my jawline, just your regular contour with a Real Techniques contouring brush. And then we're going in with that bad boy, Oh Darling by MAC to highlight. So we're just going to put this on our cheekbones, our temples, and a little bit in the middle of the forehead, just so it's a little bit more glowier. And above the lip, which is your cupid's bow, and your chin. And then with a small fan brush by Morphe, the number will be in the description box. I'm going to use that to highlight the bridge of my nose. And we can't forget my brow bones. We have to highlight the brow bone, but we're not done there yet. I'm going in with my Artist Couture Diamond Glow powder in the shade Conceited for, you know, an extra glow so the aliens up in space can see you. You guys, I was so excited to put that on. I cannot tell you. Like, when I saw it, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm going AF. Like, look at that. Ding! Man, what? And then after I did my highlight, I'm going in with a blush from the Tartelette palette. I cannot tell you the exact name of it, but it will be in the description box with a tapered fluffy brush. Personally, I can't do a full face without blush because I need something in between my contour and highlight. I just feel like that's just too much contrast. You know what I'm saying? But that's all personal preference. So moving on to lips, and then I give 3 ways you can wear this eyeshadow. So the first lippy that I'm gonna try is an NYX lip liner for more of a matte finish, and that's in the shade, I believe, Natural or Neutral. And just go ahead and fill in your lips. So then moving on to lip number 2, we're just going to add a gloss on top of that, and it's the Cream Sheen Softly Lit. I do believe this is limited edition, so something similar to that could be Boy Bait that I know is available and MAC will always have, and that's a good substitute for the Softly Lit, the one that I'm using. So then for number 3, let's get a little bit more creative, and what I'm going to do is use the Artist Couture Diamond Glow powder that we used as a highlight, and we're going to dab it all over the lips where we just applied the lip gloss. And if not, you can do it over a dry lip and that's fine too. Just make sure you moisturize underneath. Now just clean up the edges and you're ready to go. So you guys, that is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. Which lip was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys soon. Love you guys.